What's up, everybody? It's Dan the Lost Boy here, aka Dan the NFT Boy, and we're checking in for another episode of the Project LB52 Podcast. On today's episode, we're going to kind of go over my experience with rap and NFTs thus far, and also going to jump into some kind of tips and maybe we'll say resources for artists and musicians that are kind of curious and their interest is piqued on NFTs and maybe how it could help them in their career. I really like the idea of making this podcast consumable for everyone, not just people that are interested in purchasing a Project LB52 NFT, but also, giving some resources and some stuff for artists to use to better themselves and hopefully take their career to the next level, because I think that's really what blockchain technology and NFTs is going to enable a lot of artists to do. So yeah, kind of riffing off of that general theme or general topic for the episode here today. I'm just going to start kind of diving into what my experience with rap and NFTs has been so far. So I recently quit my job working at a factory a couple months ago to dive into music, specifically NFTs and the integration of music within that. And I've been working with Matt McKeever and the Problems or Profits team for that couple of months now, really building out an idea for our own NFT project, that being Project LB52. So it's been great so far, and I've actually made a lot of kind of, I guess you could say, gains or leaps and bounds, some firsts for myself as an artist during this endeavor, during this kind of little free fall skydive into being an artist full time. And I'm going to go into some of kind of how I did that and what that looked like. So initially, I kind of jumped into making NFTs with my EP that I recently released, the Live, Love, Lost EP that I released a couple months ago. Terrible that I don't know the date, but that's just NFT world. I'm living in the metaverse now. But I released an NFT version of my EP, Live, Love, Lost, which actually featured an unreleased song that no one else will ever have access to in terms of streaming services. So kind of unique cover artwork as well. So it made it a little bit more collectible. And that was really my first experience getting my feet wet with actually minting or creating an NFT myself. Very useful, just because I think the best way to learn is by doing and by getting your hands dirty. And that was a really, really good way to do that for me, was just dive in and start using OpenC was the platform that I used to mint that on, and just understanding more about the token types, 721s versus ERC 1155, and kind of just the ins and outs, how the actual platform OpenC worked for putting things up and some of the options, the settings, all of that stuff. It's just like learning anything new for the first time. You've got to just do it and kind of have some uncomfortable little mistakes. Fortunately, the EP kind of went off without a hitch. It's not sold out by any means, but had some purchasers, and they were happy with the product and the way I presented it in the NFT. And yeah, so that was kind of my first experience making one, and it was really just cool to be able to say I offered that as a regular streaming EP, but also as an NFT, kind of a first for me as an artist. And again, some are selling, so I'm actually making some direct income from that music, as well as stream income from Spotify and things like that. But to layer upon it the ability to go direct to customer like that and provide them a product that they can purchase with no middleman is really incredible. And there's actually a royalty baked in that you can set as the artist when you create these works. So that's also something key to note, is there can be some residual perpetual income to come from these on the secondary if it becomes a popular item, if you as an artist have a successful career and people double back and see that first OG kind of rookie card as a big value, you can make some residual income from that royalty. So that EP was my first experience. And then I started transitioning after we got a clearer understanding of what we were going to do here with Project LB52, that being a PFP avatar integrated with custom made for you audio with all the IP rights. I started really wanting to showcase what that could look like, what you could use a song like that for, what I could write those songs about. I really wanted to show everybody that I can write it about anything, and it can be, a good vibe. You can still jive to it as if it was a radio tune, but it can be very specific lyrics in there, very specific content geared toward your business and influencer or whatever. So I kind of took these Friday promo songs as an opportunity to showcase, predominantly for NFT projects, how I could make a song about it and make it still sound good. And the first one I did that with was actually the Blaze Cats NFT. So it was an NFT that I saw pop up. It was just on the tail end of Stoner Cats, if you heard about that. It was Stoner Cats was an NFT that Mila Kunis and why can't I think of his name right now? Ashton Kutcher, there it is, came up with. And a lot of people in the space, not my opinion, but a lot of people in the space were thinking it was a cash grab. It just wasn't a good look. They were kind of very protective of the space and didn't want celebrities coming in and kind of tainting it, if you will, tainting the magic that NFTs has already created thus far. So some developers decided to create a bit of a meme project to kind of mock it and donate a lot of the proceeds to charity. And it ended up doing very well. And I'm actually going to pull up a screen share here. So yeah, this is the Blaze Cats Twitter page here. And as you can see, they've donated over $300,000 to charity so far. Crazy. And that was one of the things that really stood out to me about these guys was they really wanted to use the satire and the meme for good. And I thought that was extremely cool. So what I did is I decided, I'm going to make these guys a song. I really like this project. It's got me pumped up, and I want to showcase what we can do with Project LB52 and these custom songs. So I actually released this right here. This was my first kind of project promo song, and this is the Blaze Cats unofficial theme song at the time. And it got some really good activity, really good feedback from the community, and people were just into it, vibing it, really liking the fact that I touched on some of the key points about the community and the project as a whole.
It's Dan the NFT Boy. Let's go. They thought this thing was a joke. Nah. Meow. Blaze cats, blaze cats, blaze cats. Yeah, it started as a meme, take the space back. Yeah, blaze cats, blaze cats, blaze cats. Got a joint or a drink, better raise that. You know ham with the art, no we didn't trace that. Smell kush when I meow, when I know they taste that. Yeah, low gas cats on the mental health payback. Made a name and a face and they can't erase that. Minted 4 cats and the proceeds went to charity. Hopping on some apps, trying to check out all my rarities. Roll another fat, cause I need a little clarity. Other cats shook and I know they all be scared of these. Jumping in the Discord community's amazing. Metadata updates, all my cats blazing. Other cats in check now, they was misbehaving. Got one in your wallet, got a auto, better save it. Blaze cats, blaze cats, blaze cats. Only 24 hours just to make that. Yeah, blaze cats, blaze cats, blaze cats. We taking over, so you better just face facts. You know ham with the art, no we didn't trace that. Smell kush when I meow, and I know they taste that. Yeah, low gas cats on the mental health payback. Made a name and a face, and they can't erase that. Meow. Shout out Blaze Cats. This is Dan the NFT Boy for Project LB52.
And then, so from there, sat on it for a week or so, was marketing it, again, just loving the community embrace. And one of the devs actually reached out to me and decided they wanted to take the song on as the official theme song. So what they did from there is they created this website. I transferred the rights to them. We did a transaction, can all be seen on the blockchain. I actually took half of the proceeds from that initial transaction and donated it to the same charity, Mental Health America, which felt really good. And then these devs, they actually created this website and gave the opportunity for the entire community to actually buy records. So they've paired the song and the rights to it with a ham-drawn, they call it. Ham-drawn, love that pun. Ham is the guy that drew them. So you get one of these vinyl records with the rights to the theme song, instrumental, and arrangement. So you can kind of do what you want. You can make remixes, all that stuff. And as you can see here, I was lucky enough and very grateful that they decided to kick back 10% of the proceeds to myself as the artist, 50% going to charity, and 100% of all those royalties perpetually going to charity. And again, this is a good idea of the hand-drawn. So really cool, aesthetic, all hand-drawn and generated vinyl covers. I guess they are record covers, yeah. So you can actually go right now. These are still minting. I believe they've minted just over 500. So if you're interested, go over and mint these right now. And this just gives you an idea creatively what you can do with a song like the ones we're going to offer through Project LB52. You can get savvy, you can create a cool Web3 experience, and you can actually make a like a derivative, or what's a better word here? You can actually basically fractionalize the piece, the one song, into rights, just as a producer would with their beats, and sell that. And I think that's really cool. So this just kind of gives you an idea what you can do with one of the songs. I'm going to jump back over to my Twitter and just highlight my pinned tweet here. I'd really love if you guys went over and checked this out. This pinned tweet actually features all of my promo songs. So each Friday I upload a promo song, and usually the next day, the Saturday, I will add it to this pinned tweet. So far, I mean, we've made a Blaze Cat song. We got the Gutter Cat song. We got some songs for Matt's NFTs that I did. This is actually a song I did for his Bored Ape 1232, the DMT with S&M hat ape that he owns, and it turned out really sick.
Bored Ape 1232 reporting to the yacht club.
My name is 1232. Hi, it's nice to meet you. DMT fur and the prom dress piece too. S&M captain's hat. Show them what this ETH do. Don't know if your ape has a song, but it needs to. Ape follow ape, the community that feeds you.
I did a little custom one with this token that I actually own, this Lost Boy Lo-Fi song.
Check it. I'm a lost boy, never ever stop, boy. Trying to get on top, boy, don't care what it costs, boy. Dripping with that sauce, boy. Mental health hot, boy. Frequency won't drop, boy.
And just a ton more. This one actually got retweeted by VFriends. So this is a good point to maybe highlight, that this is a really cool way if you maybe are priced out of jumping into some of these communities, you're not able to afford some of these awesome tokens. Like, I'd love to have a VFriends. I would love to have a Bored Ape. I unfortunately am not in a position financially to be able to do that yet, but hopefully very soon. But if you're like me and you're kind of priced out, this is a good way to kind of show some love to the community and really just tell them, you know, like, I like what you guys are doing, and you know, I might not be able to get involved on the minting or purchasing side yet, but I want to show some love to the community and add some value back with this audio. So that's kind of been my angle here. And I've just been having a lot of fun doing it. Beyond it being successful and people really enjoying it, I'm enjoying it. And that's the best part. So I'm going to basically transition over to an OpenC page here and give you some insight into this artist. This is Spotty Wi-Fi's OpenC account here. And I'd love to touch on what Spotty's done just very briefly for, again, some artist resources. This shows what you can do. Spotty is actually the first and only CryptoPunk rapper. So you can see his CryptoPunk here. That is actually his PFP, and he's assumed that identity of 5528 CryptoPunk. So as you can see, this is his collection, and he released basically an album as NFTs. And I don't want to pump this guy up too much, even though I do because he's the king, but 169 ETH volume traded, 0.1 floor price. If you want to do some math real quick on that 169 ETH, I suggest you do. As an artist, this is going to mean a lot to you. This is direct income, no middleman. This is Spotty putting out a project and his fans and people that want to support him directly doing so. That is all Spotty right there. Other than the tax man, if you know, you get him involved, that's all Spotty. And I just really wanted to highlight the creativity that Spotty's used to basically embody this CryptoPunk as his identity and use that as his rap persona. I think it's super cool. Great angle, and I'm excited to see what he continues to do and what we continue to do together because I think there's something coming. No, there is something coming because I'm on that spotty level, man. King about to know king recognize king. So that's that. And I'm just going to real briefly jump over to my OpenC account here. Dan the NFT Boy, that's kind of an alias or nickname I've taken in this space just because I love it. You can kind of change Dan to whatever boy. And right now I'm super into NFTs, and this is my NFT collection. So what more fitting name? Here's where you're going to find some of the works that I've minted and some that have been bought or sold. This is my EP I was referring to earlier. And yeah, I would suggest any artist really getting familiar with OpenC. Jump on, see how it all works, make an account, make a MetaMask wallet or whatever Web3 wallet you find to be best. Always do your own research, always do your due diligence. But I suggest getting involved in kind of what's going on here to the best of your abilities in the NFT space. You don't want to miss this. You don't want to sleep on this. And I think the earlier you can get to this, the better it's going to be in the long run. So yeah, I've done some decent volume myself with 2.8 ETH here, and I'm very proud of that number so far. And we're just kind of getting started. So it just goes to show that sometimes there's other ways to skin a cat, if you will. I hate the saying because I have kitties and they're awesome, but there's so many ways to skin a cat. And I think this NFT one is going to really blow the lid off stuff. So that's kind of it for the screen share here, you guys. Going to jump back in and kind of touch on some of the points and advice that I have. So yeah, that kind of gives you an idea of some of the capabilities of what you can do, what I've done, what other artists are doing, especially in the rap category. And it's just really, it's up to how creative you can get with this stuff. And I urge any artist, creative, musician, whoever, whatever, to start doing some research on this, poking around, starting to try and understand it, because it's really going to be helpful for you. So I'm going to give you a quick little bullet list of some tips for rappers and musicians. First one, I would get on Twitter and Discord very heavily. Not necessarily just if you're interested in NFTs, but just I've realized Twitter is a really slept on social media engagement platform. You can get a lot of direct engagement, and it seems to me like the algorithm has been a little bit more kind than a Facebook or an Instagram in terms of getting in front of new viewers and new audiences. So there's that. Check out Twitter, Discord. You can really build community there. Definitely a big tip. Number two, I'm going to say start researching and understanding NFTs and blockchain, because basically blockchain is going to give the ability for artists to be completely free, and NFTs is kind of the intersection where that's going to happen. It's the utility that we're going to use. So I think getting a really as clear as you can understanding about, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, blockchain technology, and just the digital space is going to really help out. So number three, I'm going to say, it says to get some cryptocurrency. That's my note. But before that, I'm going to preface it with get a Web3 wallet, get something you're comfortable with after your research to be able to house some cryptocurrency within safely, and then get yourself some ETH, some Ethereum, and get yourself some BTC, get yourself some Bitcoin. Two big tips there. I think Bitcoin's kind of a long hold. That's your main squeeze. That's your savings account, if you will. Your ETH, that's kind of where I'm able to utilize the funds to cover gas fees, to create new NFTs, to buy NFTs, and just kind of transact with. That's the way I like to look at it. I think Bitcoin's going to be a better long hold. That's just my own opinion. Number three, market yourself. Make good art and just be a good person. I think that's all literally one tip in itself, because they kind of roundabout do just that. They market yourself by being a good person, by making good art and consumables product. It is marketing yourself in the best way, in a good light, in good quality. And my last tip, once you've done some of the research, you understand, you've gotten maybe some community building on Twitter, get creative. That's my last tip here, is get creative, because really anything you can think of, it might take some work to flesh out the idea, but anything you can think of, you can almost do it through NFTs. And I think that's why I'm most excited, is we're just really scraping the surface yet. So last tip, get creative. And then I got a couple bullets here to kind of finish things up on why is NFT and blockchain tech going to change the music industry? Like, why am I saying these things? Why do you give a shit? Why, as an artist or someone who makes things, creates things, why is this relevant to you? Well, let's answer that. I think it's going to do the best job we've ever seen of connecting artists directly to their fans, creating deep-rooted communities and actually being able to, to contact or to message or to get some sort of contact with creators and with celebrities and with people that you're a fan of. And I think that's really cool. We've never had such a personalized way to interact with people that we're fans of. And this is really going to give a really awesome way to do that through things like Discord, Twitter communities, but also the value of over delivering, free NFTs, airdrops, IRL meetups, just things like that. There's so much. I could riff because there's so much there. Next one here. So we can create these meaningful communities, with that blockchain and NFT technology. And that's not something I think you can do as easily with all the middlemen and streaming platforms. And we won't name names, but people taking dollars and cents from artists that don't have dollars and cents to give yet at this point in their career. This is going to be able to dodge that, create meaningful communities, and again, get that direct income. This can actually, again, from a fan's perspective, this can offer you more value from that artist, a more direct line to get in contact, and maybe more of a niche exclusive product that everyone isn't able to get. Fans can support you and every dollar goes to the artist. I really love that. And the secondary market is huge. That's really a highlight today, is that secondary market. Creating that passive income can be massive for an artist. And finally, it's fun, it's engaging, and in all honesty, this shit it's addictive. I saw somebody quote it the other day when they were flipped CryptoPunks for their first time. The person warned them or gave them the disclaimer, and I'm going to give it to you right now. It's digital crack. So I would definitely, I don't want to say tread lightly because I want you to get involved in this, but be prepared to give up a bunch of your time and get really obsessed with it, because it's so fun. And the conversations you can have with people across the world who are extremely passionate just as you are is incredibly fun. Even at this age, I feel like a kid again. And it's just really enjoyable to not only create art for a living, but to be able to connect a little bit deeper with everybody out there on the web and in the world. Such rocky times right now. It's just nice to really, feel like you're in that family vibe in some of these Discords. Really feel like people give a shit how your day's going. Really feel like when you maybe get a win or you win, a free giveaway or something, people genuinely congratulate you. And just as an artist, I think there's so much value here that I can't even maybe put into words at this point, because we don't know about it yet, that I really want to just wrap this episode up by saying, make sure you do something. If you're listening, make sure you do something after this. Go check out, some research, get on Twitter, start following some key people, find some resources and get involved. You won't regret it. And on that note, let's kind of wrap up this episode with our usual calls to action. I really want you guys to be jumping over to the Discord, getting involved. I'm over there as often as I can be, and I'm really going to stress doing some live stuff in there. I want to start recording music live, maybe doing some live drawing sessions with Brandon, our graphic artist, and just kind of hanging out in there a little bit more and creating conversation and community. I appreciate everyone that's kind of supported the podcast thus far, and trust when I say Project LB52 is coming in hot soon. We've made some developments and we're going to be bringing this to market ASAP. And when we do, I'm excited to connect with all of you, to create songs for you, to really just knock this out of the park in every sense of the phrase, and have fun doing it. So again, to culminate, artists, creatives, you need to be paying attention to NFTs. You need to be paying attention to blockchain technology. And if you aren't, you're going to regret it. So make sure you're following myself at Dan The Lost Boy on Twitter and Instagram. All the links are going to be in the bio. And if you're actually interested in getting some cryptocurrency and you're a Canadian citizen as myself, you can use ShakePay, really useful crypto app. And I actually have a referral code in my Instagram and Twitter bio links. So check that out and get involved. And until next time, stay creative, stay communicating, stay being a part of a community, and jump into that LB52 Discord. And let's go. When Moon? Right now. Let's go, baby. Till next time. Love you guys. Peace.